Have you ever felt an emotion so intense it seemed to just come out of nowhere? What if I told you those feelings are not random at all, but actually your soul trying to communicate with you? Hi, I'm Mykal Harp, a spiritual psychologist and energy healer with over 20 years of experience helping people like you understand their deepest selves. Today, I'm going to share with you a powerful perspective on emotions. Now, this could just completely transform how you view yourself and your inner world. We're going to explore three things: why your emotions are actually messengers from your soul, how past experiences create aspects of ourselves that influence this present day, and three, a simple shift in thinking that can turn emotional triggers into opportunities for growth. So stick around, because by the end of this video, you're going to have a whole new understanding of your emotional landscape. And trust me, it's going to be eye-opening. So let's dive in. Hello, beautiful souls. Have you ever been swept up in emotion that just felt bigger than the moment you were actually in? Maybe someone just said something small, but it triggered you into a deep emotion. Maybe some sadness, frustration, anger, or perhaps it was a situation that brought in fear, but it just came out of nowhere. Maybe someone said something small, but it stirred a deep sadness or frustration within you. Or maybe it was a fear or anger and it just seemed to come out of nowhere. These moments can feel overwhelming. But what if I told you that they're not random at all? What if your emotions are actually your soul's way of communicating with you? Now, why would they be doing that though, right? Through my years as a spiritual psychologist and energy healer, I've come to understand that emotions are not just reactions to the present moment. They are messages, and they're powerful signals from within us, calling our attention to the parts of ourselves that need healing. Now, these parts, or what I would call aspects, are stuck in their own moment of personal trauma. And no matter how big or small those moments may have been for that aspect, they're holding on to a belief, and they're like anchored into these feelings that were formed during that moment where they first experienced them. It's almost like frozen them into this belief or emotion. So let me give you an example. Imagine you're 2 years old, happily munching on a chocolate chip cookie. You're enjoying this chocolate chip cookie. It's warm and it's a gooey treat. But then your parents see you and they notice that the chocolate is smeared on your face. The crumbs are scattered everywhere and on the floor. Your parents are envisioning where those little sticky hands might land next. But in their frustration, they yell at you. Now, this is a moment that may seemingly be small, but it can create a lasting impression. And your 2-year-old self doesn't understand the parents' concerns about cleanliness. All the 2-year-old registers is that their joy of eating a chocolate chip cookie has suddenly turned into confusion and fear. Now, if that emotional moment wasn't addressed and resolved, then the fear and the confusion from that experience can become frozen in time, creating a 2-year-old aspect of yourself that remains stuck at that age, at 2 years old. Now, this aspect might feel or have a feeling that he just can't do anything right, or that he's bad, and ultimately he feels rejected and unworthy. Now, this 2-year-old aspect is frozen in those emotions, almost like a photograph capturing the moment. And later in life, you might encounter a situation that feels very similar in a way, and this aspect can just suddenly become active, bringing with it all the feelings and belief it's been holding onto since that first moment of trauma. So as an example, as an adult, you might feel anxious or ashamed when making a small mess, even if no one is upset with you. But it could be the 2-year-old aspect reacting in you, still carrying those unresolved feelings from long ago. Now, this is why emotions can feel so intense. They're not just about what's happening in the moment. They're also about what happened for your aspects. And your soul uses these emotions to bring them forward, to communicate with you about these wounded aspects, to bring them into your awareness, giving you an opportunity to recognize them, understand them, and ultimately heal them. It's important to realize that these emotions are not here to hurt you. They're just simply here to guide you toward a deeper self-awareness and authenticity within yourself. And when we stop seeing emotions as problems and instead seeing them as communication from our own inner self, everything shifts. Instead of running from our feelings or being consumed by them, we can begin to observe them with curiosity and compassion. Ask yourself, what is this emotion trying to show me? What part of me is asking for my attention right now? Now, these questions open the door to step into a new level of self-realization and transformation. By recognizing that our emotions often stem from wounded aspects and deeply held beliefs, we can start to see them as opportunities rather than an obstacle. Now, this process is about understanding ourselves much more fully and reconnecting with all these aspects of who we are so we can live more authentically and with greater peace. Each time an emotion arises, it's your soul inviting you into a deeper relationship with yourself. It's a chance to listen, learn, and grow. So the next time you feel an overwhelming emotion, pause for it. And instead of pushing it away or trying to explain it away, consider this. What if this feeling is my soul speaking to me? What if this is my chance to heal something that I've been carrying for far too long? Your emotions are not your enemy. They are your guides. They are simply information to lead you towards a greater self-awareness and to achieve a greater wholeness. Embrace them with an open heart and see where they can take you. This is the journey of healing, and this is the path back to your own true, authentic, whole self. So here's the truth I want you to remember. Your emotions are not your enemy. They are sacred messengers, gentle guides trying to help you understand yourself more deeply. So I'd love to know more about you. What are you experiencing? How are you struggling? Do you know that there is always a solution that your soul and higher self is guiding you towards? Learning its language is very important so that you can help yourself by gaining confidence and learning how to trust this inner communication and finding a path to your ultimate joy and independence. Drop a comment below, share your experience, or let me know what aspect of your emotional journey you're curious about. And if you found value, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. We're going to be creating a community of souls committed to understanding themselves much more deeply. So if you want to live an authentic, peaceful life, just keep in mind your emotions are your superpower. They're not something to fear, but to listen to honor, and to learn from. This is Mykal Harp inviting you to tune into the wisdom of your own soul. Namaste.